Carol has got a vivacious character that allows you to feel instantly at ease. You come into a room, she's there, and she connects you with 5 or 6 other people, smiles at you warmly and engages you, and then you feel, I really like being here. There's a sense of relaxation, confidence, peacefulness, and then purposefulness. And there's lots of things I've done with Carol over the years, which have been business-driven and have been about issues, and we've thought about big, complex problems, and we've taken themes of the day. And other times it's just been fun. And I think the advantage of everything around Carol is you feel confident that she's a professional person who knows what it means with integrity to make a difference in people's lives. And so I've got confidence in her.
I think she brings an absolute vibrancy to this. She has a database second to none, but I think it's her passion and her belief in people and her understanding of people that makes it really, really work.
You know, she's never had her own agenda. She has this not just her charm, but this ability to make everyone feel welcome, know they're not going to be sold to, not got depressed to do anything that they don't want to do, and that character and that tone is absolutely perfect for the sort of people I want to meet and the atmosphere I want to meet them in.
For the price that you pay, you get to access a lot of people that are valuable to you, and it's good fun, and that's quite a good combination.
I think at this very difficult time for all of us, she's going to bring people together, give them an opportunity to talk, to share ideas, and hopefully, find an uplifting environment in which they can try and resolve some things and take things forward.
I think that this club is going to work very well indeed, because she gets good people around her, she gets interesting people around her, and the people she gets around her are usually the people that other people want to meet. And that's the secret of the success.
I'm single, so you can go up to a very attractive man and say, I'm sure, and talk about business, and all the time there's another, something else going on. At least you hope so.
Carol attracts all kinds of different characters, different intellects, because she's open to everything. So whether you're from one side of the spectrum or another politically, or you're in culture, or you're in professions or politics, everyone's going to be here because that's the sort of person Carol is. She's like a flower that attracts lots of different variations of human beings and opinions, and it's going to be the greatest place on earth to mix and to find out what's happening in the world.
You can come from living in a mud hut or an igloo and you'll be networked instantly.
The arts are very important in this country, and I think Carol makes it possible for myself, for instance, to meet people that I otherwise wouldn't meet in industry or something like that.
She's a very warm, giving person, and she's a consummate networker simply because she really does understand and like people, and she's very good at getting the right people to meet each other.
I left and I would go home to my husband. I said, I had some really interesting chats tonight. I met the head of the Metropolitan Police, I met a pianist, I met a doctor, and coming from a financial background, I've only worked in finance, that was very refreshing to meet people across the board in so many industries that were all successful in their own rights, while still being nice.
The point about Carol is that absolutely everybody loves her, and everybody wants to see her being a great success. And we all know that she's got this incredible list of all the most important and interesting people in London, and we want to be part of it.
Well, there's no one better than Carol Stone at bringing together people from media, politics, business, the charities, people who are achievers in their own field. And that's fantastic news for YouGov, because although YouGov is about what the world thinks, it is also about what the people who specialise in all those areas think.
What Carol does is bring together people from all walks of life. It's quite extraordinary, the range of people that you bump into. People you do know, people you don't know, and people you'd like to know. And it's amazing. Politics, marketing, the media, business, all of them all come together.
Really, she's very vibrant and very positive, and she speaks so well and makes friends so easily, so quickly. And I'm an example, so I think she should do very well.
In my world, I have my own business because I want to do work with people who I like, who I admire, and whose values reflect my own. And I think that's where the business, and it's a winning combination, mixing business with pleasure.
I can't think of anybody I've met over the last 20 years of working in London who can make the kind of difference Carol can make to you. Whatever the network is you require, whatever the contacts you need to make, whether it's in the corporate sector, whether it's the government sector, or whether it's the media, there is absolutely only one Carol, and that's the difference she makes. There's only one.
I think she is probably the numero uno when it comes to networking. there is no one that Carol doesn't know. And when she said that she was setting up a club, I wasn't in the least bit surprised. I knew that she would have all the people who are anybody in London here this evening, so I'm looking forward to seeing them.
She's the best person to bring people together, and so they enjoy themselves and to discuss issues of the day.
When I think of Carol, I think of alchemy, and that's what she does, I think, so brilliantly. So actually, people emerge from one of her events feeling a little bit happier, but also a little better connected.
She's got huge respect from a huge amount of influential people. I think she made that edit about fun, and I think she puts together people and it works. And she's also a phenomenal hostess. She has total commitment and energy, and every event I've ever been to, she spent the whole evening introducing me to people. So she never gets complacent, and she's very special.
Well, she's got the people in her network which are absolutely amazing. So every time I come to one of these events, I meet someone who is absolutely critical to what I'm thinking, what I'm, ideas in the back of my mind, and that person liberates that idea and helps me make it happen.
I think what Carol's got is the ability to bring people together, and in times of recession, now more than ever, it's really, really important that we actually meet the right people. Here, what she does is not only bring the right people together, but gives the right atmosphere. People walk in wanting to do business, wanting to meet other people.
I think the key thing about Carol is that she knows everyone that's worth knowing. She knows who's network, who's put together for lunches, for dinners, and is a vital person to have in your book.
Ever since YouGov Stone started, I've lost count of the number of people at the top end of journalism, business, politics, Whitehall, the third sector, diplomacy. I go up to them and I say, I'm Peter Goldman from YouGov. Ah, you must know Carol Stone. Yeah. Carol is the great icebreaker of our time. Carol will break more ice than global warming ever will.
I happen to have always had a great affection for Carol, and I know that she really does want to bring people together. And I've never wanted just to come together for the point of it. I want good conversation about how we can change the world.
I think we're living through desperate times. I think we are approaching a serious crisis in British politics, in the British economy, and in fact all we have is each other. All we have is networks. All we have is the fact that we can talk to each other and that we can begin to make some sort of beginning of a way out of this. And here we are. This is the way out.
I'm Carol's husband, so I'm bound to support her. I know how good she is at putting people together. The great thing is, it doesn't matter how many there are, she's determined to maintain a unique, personal relationship with them that means they're happy.
So really I want to bring people together, I want to bring my club members together, I want to use the 30,000 plus people that I've met throughout the years to really say, if you want to meet someone, we'll do our best to make sure that you meet the right person. I'm delighted that to launch the club is somebody who's said to me when I first asked him, if I'm free, Carol, I'd do it because it could be fun. So I'm back to fun again. A man who is generous, who is intelligent, who's thought-provoking and always entertaining. To me, he epitomises what I want the members of the Stone Club to be. A great welcome to the remarkable Rory Bremner.
We are here. Somebody said to me earlier, why are you here? What are you doing here? And of course, because Carol asked me, and that's why cabinet ministers found themselves in Carol's front room with complete strangers or Secretary Generals of the United Nations, because Carol asked them. She has, I think she's got the world's greatest address book, possibly. Now, I think she's the person who David Frost rings up every year and says, do you think I've missed anybody out? But when I was Home Secretary, I remember there were only 3 conditions which equated to a national emergency. One was a nuclear alert, the other was a terrorist attack, and the third was if Carol Stone lost her address book. So, as you know, who've been to any of her events before, she does put together very, very interesting people, and you are the interesting people. And I think the next few years, decades, generations of the Stone Club are going to be interesting and they're going to be a lot of fun. So enjoy and welcome to the Stone Club.